chill out and watch some resin crafting with Chris Collected. Today we are going to do the second part of the dragon. That was the Say No Evil. This is the Hear No Evil. And of course we have the See No Evil. The classic 3. This is from Let's Resin. All 3 is a little kit that you buy together. And I did the first one last week. Make sure to check that out. And now we're going to go ahead and do 200 milliliters into each container. This is a part A and part B solution. They are equal solutions. Looks so nice and satisfying flowing out of there. I put the little lid on this one so it actually flows a little bit slower, but it's both usable. Depends. I mean, these are 1 gallon containers, so you can buy smaller if you want. But I like it this way. Nice and big. All right, now that we have our 2-part solution together, we're going to put it into our dual head mixer. I like using this because that way I can put my 2 colors and I already have it separated. I don't have to do separation later. All right, those are going to take about 2 minutes to spin up. So now that I got the settings right, let's go ahead and speed that up. This is a great time to get any kind of cleaning done, organization, figure out what that next step is going to be, which of course is to take all those bubbles that we just put in there and take them on out. So I'm just kind of patiently waiting now to figure out, all right, everything's going well. I had cleaned the machine. If you had watched the previous episode, these things used to spin like crazy. And I figured out, I was watching some other people's videos and I figured, I need to deep clean this thing. And I was like, now they don't spin anymore. So that's good. Also, I wanted to show and include in this video that I do clean these paddles every single time. So you just take a little silicone like spatula and, just scrape each one. Let it drip in there so you're not wasting any resin. And then during the 10 minutes that it takes to remove the bubbles, I can clean those little guys. That way at the end of this, I have very little cleaning to do. Yeah, see, as you can see, clean it up now while you can, because right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern. We got to wait the 10 minutes, let all those little bubbles get sucked on out. And then I'll have it ready for the next one, which we'll be doing more fun and games next week. I got Chinese checkers that just came in, so I'm super excited to try out that mold. I love seeing that shot. Let's see it again. All that white foam is all the bubbles that have just been pulled to the top through all that resin. And then once you decompress it and add oxygen back in there, it goes back to its normal state and all those little bubbles pop. All right, now first up, let's add some Technorouge Super Silver Metallic Pigment. Next up, this is some Chameleon Flakes from Let's Resin. As you can see, they're yellow and red and orange. You can apply these directly into a silicone mold, but I just wanted to have like flecks and specks all over it. Next up, this is Metallic Purple. It looks amazing. I can't wait to show you the demolding at the end of the video. And I also want to pair that with a chameleon flake as well. This one is purple and green. Look how pretty that is. Next up, here's some little plastic bits. We're going to be using 2 colors. I decided to use the blue for the one left and a dark kind of purpley one on the one right. Now we take our stirring stick and get in there. But we don't want to add too many bubbles, so we're going to go on the outside mostly and really try not to add any new bubbles in. And this one instantly turned so dark. That super silver, I mean, it immediately made the thing almost look black until you actually took the stir out of it and you realize it still is very silver. Well, that top down looked dark. All right, now let's do the metallic purple. I think when I run low on this one, it's one of those ones where I will have to buy it again because this purple, I absolutely love it. I think especially if you mix it with other mica powders, I have just this in there, but I think if I mix it even more, maybe some purple mica, it'll be even better. Look at it in the demolding. It's almost like a faded purple. It's really interesting. As you can see, I'm going on the outside as much as I can, trying to make sure all that pigment and powder is mixed in fully. Now let's take a good look at it. Look at that, look at that. So soft, so squishy. Now let's get ready to use it. First up, I did want to say that anytime I do these kind of molds, especially super detail mold, this is rubbing alcohol. I bought a little glass container to put it in. It's going to stay there all the time. And then I just put it through, try to, boom, 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 move it to all the sides I can. And now we're ready for the split screen board. First up is the Fear No Evil Dragon. He will be done in the Super Silver. Even though I have the rubbing alcohol in there, I still want to give it a little squishy. Make sure it's filling in all those nooks and crannies. This piece turns out amazing. It looks like a gargoyle. I absolutely love it. Almost time to squish it again. Nice and slow, we got it. And a little bit more to make sure we got those little feet done. Nice, so as you can see, it takes a little bit less than 200 milliliters. Probably about 175. All right, next up, let's get the metallic purple. And this is the See No Evil Dragon. Spilled on the outside. I was trying to get that lip, and it could be a little difficult. That's all right. It's easy to clean. Look at that, flowing out nice and easy. Now we're about halfway up. We got to do a little squish. I will say very good on Let's Resin. Not a single one of these tipped over ever. I mean, from pouring it to drying it, not a single one ever spilled really. So very good mold. As you can see, it fills really nice and easy. Very nice. Now, this is the next piece that we'll be working on. We'll be finishing up this next week, but what this is actually a calendar. That right there has all 7 days on it. And then the piece we'll be doing finishing next week will be the base for it. These little 4 pieces are guitar picks. I had picked this up. I'm always looking for something to do with like the leftover amount of my resin. And so I made 2 guitar picks of each color. And then the metallic purple was used for the calendar. I really wanted a nice doming effect on this, so I went really slow. All right, last up, this is the other part of the calendar. So as you can see, there's a bunch of notches on the top side. That little piece will actually, when it's dry, sit on there, and the first left side is 1, all the way on the right is the number 31. So as the days go by, you just turn it. So it's Monday the 1st, it's Tuesday the 2nd, yada yada. I'll show you next week how it all looks, and it's amazing. It's a cool little new desk toy for me. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Now let's see that demolding. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content if you would like to promote someone else having a nice, relaxing time. So this one is half full, and so we will finish that next week. First up, we're going to demold the little calendar. It has all the days on it, Monday through Sunday. And it's only about 1 inch big, so it was a pretty easy demold. Yeah, so as you can see here, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all of that on like little notches, gears. So it's like a calendar that is a gear. Pretty cool. These turned out amazing. I could definitely see myself making these. I just got to get really consistent at them. Every single one was a different thickness. But the color, look at the color. The purple, amazing. It's almost see-through. As I was saying, I need to add some more color to it to make it not see-through. But the super silver, 100% opaque. It's the same company though. Same product, just 2 different colors. It's interesting how that worked. And they're ready to go. All right, now let's demold these dragons. So as I do not put these in a pressurized container, there were still a lot of bubbles around the butt, around the underside of the legs, little stuff like that. I wasn't too concerned about it. If I was going to sell these, I would definitely put them in a pressure pot. This is such a complicated mold. It really does need that. That being said, it was a pretty easy demold. Just a little soap and water, and I was able to get it out. See, the technique for me is I fill that segment with water, then try to get in there. I find that that breaks that surface tension, and then you can really get it to flip the piece or move the way that you want. Oh, we almost got it. Now we're past the wings there. Now we gotta get to the head. Just be patient and, keep using that soapy water and it will get there. I did not use any kind of deep corporate resin on this, so this is surprising to me as well. This is regular resin. All right, well, always got to do a little bit of a self-promo, right? So these are my microfiber cleaning cloths. They are 12 inches, and they are $10, and you come with one small one, too. I make these myself, and you can get one locally, and then I'll be doing my website soon as well. Yeah, because there will be several changes to the company coming up. In fact, I will be splitting the company in half. So I'll be doing the resin as one channel and then doing the rugs as a different channel. All right, well, this first one came out great, but a little bit of a story time on the second one. As you can see, I burnt it. Yeah, so I was using all that rubbing alcohol, and I showed you that on purpose in this video to actually also give this warning. Be very careful when you mix fire and rubbing alcohol. I'm using 90% rubbing alcohol. Okay, this thing is just rubbing alcohol. And I put a lot into it, and I was like, oh, it should be fine. And then I kind of saw it floating at the top, and I just didn't really think about it. And then I go, oh, there's a few bubbles. Let me pop them. And then whew, it was a sustained fire for, let's say, 10 seconds, and actually did melt a little bit of it. Now, of course, I have a mask on, so I can't exactly blow the fire out. And so I was able to get it under control. Luckily, it was just a fire based on that rubbing alcohol that was burning. And so I just kind of and was able to get it out. Not with my mouth, but like with my hand. So yes, and absolutely just be really careful with your molds. I will definitely do myself a favor and get myself like a little fan or something to help, to blow the bubbles away. I've seen people do hot air guns and that kind of stuff, like heat guns. And so I might switch to something like that, or even like a little fan. I've seen people use like little fans you get from like Five Below. So I've seen that. So I'm like, okay, now I understand why. Because it was a good little flame. And unfortunately, I had turned the camera off already. So yeah, we don't have the footage. But yeah, I did burn the bottom of this mold. Luckily, it didn't seem to be irrevocably bad. But just be cautious. This is a fun thing that creates really beautiful pieces, but it doesn't make it not a little bit dangerous. But all right, let's get it and bloop. And then once you have it, you got to turn it back inside out. Now it's back and ready to use. Now all that water's on it, we got to clean it up. And while we're cleaning it up, take a good look at this thing. It looks absolutely amazing. That dark purple in a really thick piece like this, you can really see that metallic deep purple. And those thinner pieces, they almost were see-through, And so it was really interesting to see that this one really looks dark purple. As you can see, no visual large bubbles, so the mold with that rubbing alcohol in it did make sure that there was no surface tension, and I was able to get the resin every little nook and cranny. That being said, the underside still does have a few bubbles because it was not in a pressure machine. Overall, I give the piece a 10. I give Let's Resin in this kit a 10 out of 10. I mean, it worked really well. I was a little worried about it, but honestly, it came out absolutely so amazing. So happy.